Hello, welcome to Also Driven. I'm Jim, and Sean is in Manchester playing with his brother's balls. Anyway, after that little interlude, you can work out where I am, probably. It's the World Panda Festival again. We did it last year, we're just here again, and we're just having a little bit of a nosy round. But we'll cut to last night, when there was a little bit of a show and tell thing. It's the Friday night before the show, and I'm just having a little walk around some of the cars here, and the creativity of the Italians, like that is one of the modern Panda colours. That's covered in spots. That is matte green, with a lovely little sticker on the back that says "Made in Italy" barcode. What else have we got? Lancia Delta, yep, Lancia Delta wheels. Wheel trims from Seicento. Nice red one. Ooh, I had a set of these. These were very nice. These actually, when I sold these, went, I think, to Greece because the guy couldn't get them for his Uno Turbo, but those are Uno Turbo wheels. I don't know where this guy is going, but wherever it is, it looks like he's going to have a pretty rough time. For little Panda's in for a hard one, I think. Let's snorkel. Okay, I'm going to say I don't hate it. The workmanship that goes into these cars is amazing. Like, this is a little automatic Panda, and it's done up in the same colors as the Swiss post office. Really nice. Oh, it's camping corner. Lots of Pandas with roof boxes. I kind of think possibly the worst thing you could do with a Panda is tint the headlights, because they're absolutely awful as it is. Oh, that's cool. I like that. It's like Dez's Mad Max cousin. One thing I find really hard with the old Pandas is that it's very difficult to get wheels, aftermarket wheels, that actually look right on them, but that one's not too bad. Oh, this is really unusual. This is like the super poverty spec 4x4 Panda. Basically a van, but it's so basic. Yep, black plastic bumpers for the win. He's done really well, so he has. It's like close to 1,000 miles in, what, 2 days? And I'm still walking and talking. No aches, no pains. Actually not bad for a Panda. Okay, these are pretty hardcore. The probably for the desert raid, which is a Panda raid, which happens every year down in Morocco, where they take these little things and do absolutely insane off-road routes with them. And before you ask, doing that to a Panda is way more expensive than you think. The lone Panda Pandino. There's going to be a lot more of those by tomorrow. So in honor of my favorite car, I've ordered it's a Rustica, which is what the Panda's original name was going to be until someone at Fiat worked out that's not a good name to call a Fiat. It's basically a very posh ham and cheese sandwich. Don't get me wrong, it was very nice. Why does food always taste better when you're not in the UK? While I was in the cafe having my very, very nice sandwiches, seemingly all hell broke loose. So everything has been cancelled up there. I'll put a little shot in of how the weather affected them earlier on. There was one of the stands seems to be completely obliterated, which is a bit of a problem because it's got all the stuff on it I want, because it's got lots of really rare Panda stuff. Oh well, such is Italy. We were talking about wheels earlier on. Well, there's a rarity. A Panda on Ritmo wheels. I have never seen that before. Apparently they're a nightmare to get tires fitted to, because most tire fitters need a hole in the middle of the wheel. But it's got a little bit of an identity crisis. Not sure about that. Don't mind round headlights, but the grille is, well, different. Well, I've got to say, never a truer word was spoken. On the other hand, though, I'm just going to pop it out onto the wide lens and let you see that interior. That's really nice. Quite like that. Probably beautifully retrimmed. Now, talking about nice wheels that suit a Panda, those are from the Uno Turbo, and they definitely suit. And they're nicely polished up, as you can just see from that little spin of light from the car headlights. I approve greatly. Fast zoom.
I like.
Okay, back to the hotel. Early start in the morning. Everybody's up and at it. The gates are open at 8 o'clock. Want to get in, want to get close up at the front so I can like see what's going on. Um, See you tomorrow. Bit of early morning show and shine. Yes, I know he's a 400-pound panda, but he's come all the way from, well, Belfast originally, so he needs to look his best for the Italians. He was here before in 2019. You can just see the ghost of the sticker from 2019 still on his windscreen. I'm gonna file that one under that'll do. As per usual, it's all a bit crazy. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pandas. Although I kind of get this weird sensation that, you know, one of these kids ain't like the rest. To get away from the heat and get into the shade, we're going to go on a tour of the castle. This little woman's mad, by the way. I genuinely think this town is not like this the rest of the year. It just goes absolutely bonkers for one weekend. Apparently, for all you alpha fans, the snake is not eating the baby, it's regurgitating it because the Lord of the Manor saved the baby from the dragons. They have an exhibition of Italian designers. Some of the stuff just is like, God, I wish they'd made more stuff like this. This, they actually built a prototype for it, was a library bus. And he also came up with an idea of a machine to sell magazines on the beach just by rolling it down the beach. That's really cool. Why did we not get that future? It's really amazing to think that after the war, this was actually all housing. You know, this ancient old castle. So the upper floors, which are, we see, there we go, along there, would have all had families living in them. And downstairs would have been council offices. They do have an example of the whitewash here, and then this little square, which actually has been taken, the paint's been taken off that wall. It's really cool. It's a really nice castle. It's definitely worth visiting if you come here. Even what you tied your horse up to had the family crest on it, just minus the regurgitating baby. Just had a very nice lunch with the Brits, so gonna go and look at some cars now. Oh, it's poverty spec days. It's strange how you get all these little things that are slightly different, because obviously he's got the roof rails and the side stripes, but painted bumpers. Literally a panda with a tail. Oh, that's quite cool. This is the new Pandina. Do like the detailing on the new Pandas. Down to the little panda in the center cap. I think, yeah, you can see it better there. It is insanely busy, and this is just in the town square. It's not the main part of the show. Well, a few folks are starting to leave. This is the thing that I love about Italy. Nothing is, I don't want to say sacred. I mean, just you have fun with cars. You just do whatever you want to do with them. If you really want to take your Fiat Panda and fill it full of roses, you just do it. It's nice to see the 100 horsepower starting to get some love. These little super early ones are getting so collectible. I mean, this is really what the Panda's all about. You know, the grille, which is reversible, the seat covers that you can take off and put into the washing machine, the ribbed section on the bottom of the doors just to give you a little bit more protection when with this thick bed liner style paint on it. I think that's why I prefer the new Panda, Grande Panda, over the Renault 5, because the Renault 5 is just a pastiche of the car that went before it. And remember, that's a car that was sold everywhere from Iran to Idaho. It sort of like changed the game on the small car market, the small hatchback market. It made everything, you know, completely different after that. And I don't think the new Renault 5 brings anything to the game, whereas the new Panda kind of sticks to the original idea of like, okay, here's a small car, it's practical, it has a little bit of style, and it does what it says on the tin. It is quite cool that Fiat came. Just a shame they don't have the other cars here at the minute, but they are actually offering test drives on the new cars. Lots of test drives in the new Panda. This has been cruising about. There are 4 of them here. This is the hybrid. You can tell this because it doesn't have the charging slot at the front. These are very hard to get your hands on at the minute. Yeah, I stand by it. I still think it's a better car than the Renault 5. The new Pandas are quite gathering the crowd. People are fascinated. Never a truer word was spoken. So the hybrid actually has a slightly bigger boot because it doesn't have to store batteries in there. So it does give you a little bit more boot space over the electric. Still pretty cool inside. So even though this is a petrol model, it still has the automatic gearbox because the hybrid can do a little bit of coasting. By the way, I still love this. This is like the coolest thing ever. It's got my car on the dash. Also the bamboo glove box. Yeah, so this was my big gripe with the Renault 5 was that when you got in, it's that thing. It's that thing where the headrest is digging into my back. Okay, yeah, I'll give it this. The back of it is quite dark. At least there's some color in it, and you got the white. But anyway, this is my big thing. So that is in the front where I would be sitting. This is me in the back of the Panda with knee room, with space to put my feet under there. Bottom of my thighs are nicely supported by the seat. It is actually quite a comfortable seat. Just unfortunately, they went the same as the 5 and they've done everything in dark colors. It's also a lot easier to get in and out of because when I was sitting in the 5, when I did that, my head banged on the roof. This man wants in, I gotta go. The detailing on the Pandas is one thing, but the number plates are even better. Okay, so the nice lady at Fiat, who is just over there, has said it's okay for me to park here beside the new Panda, just to give you an idea of size. So Des is just over 3.5 meters, and the new Panda is just under 4 meters, so there's about 1.5 feet in it between them. It doesn't seem that much bigger. Obviously the front is very different because they do have to get an electric motor and stuff in there, but it's 1.5 feet bigger. It doesn't seem that much of a compromise, you know, for the safety increase in the car, to get an electric motor, which obviously, you know, it's something that's very important now with a lot of countries which are making petrol illegal from 2030, 2035. It's interesting to see them together. Obviously it's much higher at the front here, but again, pedestrian safety is a big thing which makes that happen. But then again, that's why they call it the Grande Panda. It is the big Panda. So this is the petrol hybrid. Yes, it is one of the Peugeot engines. It's the little 3-cylinder one. And before you say it, no, it does not have a wet belt. They were changed to timing chains quite some time ago. But this is the one that's particularly hard to get hold of the minute. And it's really unusual to see it here. But as we were sort of saying in the other video, lots of wasted space at the front there for crash protection, or should you unfortunately run down a cyclist or a pedestrian. So the engine's well back and well down. Okay, gonna have a look around. I'm not gonna do like last year and look at all the cars. I'm just gonna pick out a few things that I quite like. Oh dear, Des has been violated. Let's see, what's he got? That actually looks interesting. Beach cars are really in this year. This is the Panda Seychelles. More Panda beach cars. That looks interesting. I'm literally going to say I have no idea. I don't know. You know what? That's the thing. You come here every year and you see something, and you're just going to have to go, you know what? I'm going to have to Google that. That might be a little bit of a giveaway of who made it. Some people really put so much effort in. I should do this for my classic Panda. Armanda, the brown Panda. Made me laugh. God, that's nice. A little bit more Panda customization. Actually not bad, I like that. I mean, obviously went for the deep dish wheels and some wheel arch extensions. Bit changed inside. Big bonnet scoop. The bonnet scoops are hilarious because they literally feed air into the heater, not into the engine. This guy's here most years. He is a very far traveled Panda. So Istanbul, Norway, Italy obviously, down to the very bottom, Gibraltar, and up into the north of Scotland. I'm gonna say he has this Panda travel business down to a much better art than I do. Absolutely immaculate Italian 90. Oh, just to top off, not only football hubcaps, but tire caps as well. Oh, it's a kind of a sense of deja vu going on. Yeah. I know it looks a bit mad, but it's actually a fundraiser for the local animal charity. The people who own it are equally as mad, by the way, but you know what, their heart's in the right place. So this one's a bit of a head puzzler. Yeah, the workmanship on this is amazing. Even down to fitting the tailgate lock and the double rain guides at the top. A lot of work has gone into that. I saw this one on the socials. It's actually a tribute to... Sorry, just worked on it. Nearly walked on an Italian there. It's a tribute to Madonna. So it's Panda Donna. This is weird and lovely. Just pandas everywhere. Oh, this is one of my all-time favorite pandas. Ignore the stupid headlight things, but this is a Panda Cafe, and it was a little run-out model towards, oh god, probably the later part of the 90s, can't remember now. But it has the most beautiful, well, first of all, the sunroofs, but that interior, oh, that is just beautiful. Take my money and I will run with that. That is just fantastic. I love it. Unlike Sean, who has acres of vinyl, I'm a classy bitch and I like shit like that. Now this is super rare. We were at Brooklands recently and we seen the green Elise. There's obviously an orange Elise as well, but the black Elises were the most rare. This one actually has its hubcaps too. For those who don't know, Elise was a cookware manufacturer. It's possibly the weirdest ever tie-up as a special edition between two brands. And they came out with this Panda, I think about 2006 or 7, can't really remember now. And basically, they were all two-tone. They all came in mad colors. But black was the rarest. These guys are touring Europe for peace. Not quite sure how that's working. They have a comic book. I don't really know how that works either because everything's in Italian. They also seem to have a band, which is why they've got like the keyboard there. Would love to know more, but they don't speak enough English and I don't speak enough Italian, but there's quite a lot going on there that we could probably try and pick that up later. And this is the Panda Tour 25 route. Even though it's Austrian registered, there's just some cars work a lot better in Italy than they do in North Wales. Nova Engineera are doing electric conversions on Pandas. I'm pretty sure this only charges up from a house charger. So you're probably looking AMI-esque levels of charging. Okay, we had a chat about the electric Pandas. They're not releasing prices just yet because these are prototypes, but they charge up in around about 4 hours and they will give you about 60 miles. So they are very much the city car. They have a top speed, I think, of 90 kilometers an hour, he said. Which again, I mean, that's usable. I mean, that's what, about 50 miles per hour? It's, you know what? If you live in a city and you want to have much environmentally friendly driving, you know, it's fine. And they seem to be able to do some like quite custom stuff. Like I've seen here on this one, they fitted solar panels onto the roof. I'm not saying no. Interesting that you get all these modifications you're never going to find back home, like the lights and the LED daytime running lights. But I have to say, I do actually quite like that. I think that one's quite cool, with a color-coded rear window and the alloys. Oh, custom grille. That is rather nicely done, I'd have to say. Carbon fiber wings. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of cool. Yes, that's a 1.1 Panda making all that noise. It's kind of like the entire town has just been taken over by pandas. They are literally everywhere you look. Yeah, I used to think that, like, you know, one of these days they'd give me an award for coming so far. And then I looked up to see how far away Portugal is. And yeah, I'm never going to win one. If anybody's going to win anything, it'll be these folks. I talked to them before. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's like, I'm going to say there's a little old lady at the back of that Panda. And she's been coming to Pandas at Pandino for years in her Panda 30. Now, I don't know if you remember or not, the Panda 30 is the one with the air-cooled engine, this 2-cylinder, has 30 horsepower, and she has driven it up here. And one time she blew a hole in one of the pistons, and she actually had to drive about 75% of the way from Portugal on 1 cylinder, and that is dedication. Oh my God, they actually called me over because they remembered talking to me in 2019. And we got talking to them, and that was the car earlier on we seen with the weird sort of clip-on things on the roof. That's for their roof rack. But yes, they drive it off in Portugal. That's her family have come with her. They're absolutely bonkers, and I love it. I'm pretty sure he wasn't born when they started making the Pandas. Nothing like that makes you feel old, does it? Well, that's Pandino over. Everyone in the crowd is basically now sitting around having a drink, which is pretty much what they've done all day, really. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's been interesting to make. I know we did one last year, but it's just nice to visit here again and let you see what it was like. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.